Cisco Investments is an active investor with over 40 investment professionals helping to bring the technological expertise and the global network of Cisco to bear on their invested companies. That's the pitch. But let's go and speak to two companies to find out what it's really like on the inside. Joining me today is Chris from Exabeam and Erhan from N3N. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your time. You're both involved in companies that have taken investment and of course understand the relationship very much with Cisco Investments over time. And I want to take you right back to the kind of day one when that investment came through and the partnership was set up. Did you have a plan for how to leverage the Cisco network, or is that something that we developed over time?
Well, you know, from our perspective, the investment actually was somewhat recent, but you know, it's actually been a long time in the works as far as the partnership goes. We're on the security end of things, and Cisco is a very, very logical partner for us. So the investment was just a natural extension of you know, our go-to-market plan and also Cisco's at the same time. So you know, it's quite recent, but again, you know, we just did the RSA security show together, and you know, we've already started the go-to-market planning, so it was quite natural the way it worked, and of course Cisco does their due diligence on these investments, so you know, it was very natural, the motion for us.
And what about yourself in terms of your own experience?
I mean, for us it's been a while since Cisco's invested. I think we are one of the few direct investments outside of the US. So since we are headquartered in Seoul in South Korea, I think when they met with us first, they liked particularly the UI and our capabilities to build smart cities. It was a need, and the great visualization capabilities they saw could help Cisco globally across the globe. So that's why they've invested. For us, it paid off because it gave us a great channel presence in different countries, but also helped us particularly, you know, to have presence in the US and acquire very large accounts. And one of our most recent wins with Cisco in 2016 was AT&T. So, and we do large-scale things with Cisco, large-scale projects. And with AT&T, we have built the smart cities. Miami is live first. 10 more will follow this year, like Georgia, you know, Dallas and such cities.
I want to ask you about that. In fact, I want to ask you both. It's never just about money and just about the kind of potential support. It's really about what you do with that and how you leverage the resources available. And Chris, if I can start with you, tell me about that.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is interesting. I was sort of listening to what was saying, and it resonates with us. From a go-to-market perspective, Cisco offers a great opportunity for reach, right? Global company, you know, very, very established footprint in major customers at all segments, you know, not just large enterprise, but also down to the smaller size. So from that perspective, it's really given us a nice platform to, you know, enter into the C-level discussions that you know, where we shine best. To really address a top security concern of not just today, but going forward. One thing that is, you know, interesting about us, and I think why Cisco was so interested in investing in us, was that we fill a very important gap in something that, you know, is very hard to manage. The modern security operations center is overwhelmed with data, and the ability to really get to that needle in the haystack. You know, it's a term that's overused, but you know, one thing they saw in us was the ability to correlate from all their great technology, distill with the Exabeam platform, and then essentially help, you know, time to value for our customers, our mutual customers, very quickly. And you know, just to sort of hit on that last point, we had an Exabeam customer dinner at the RSA show that I mentioned earlier. Of the 7 customers that we brought, 4 were strong Cisco shops. So there was a natural synergy that already existed, and it was, you know, music to their ears that we were doing this partnership, but also integrating our product set as well. So not only the go-to-market, but the logical integrations with many of their products, you know, just is a really great thing for not only us, but for our customers.
Practically speaking, Erhan, how do you leverage the resources available?
From a Cisco standpoint.
From a Cisco standpoint, and more, I guess, from your point of view.
As you said, I mean, the investment itself, you know, yeah, you get proceeds like from any other venture firm, right? at the end, that's not what really made our day or life working with Cisco. At the end is the other resources Cisco is providing us with, right? To work with the investment portfolio team gives us access, we get access to briefings. We have met some great consulting companies on a strategic level. Since what we do, it's strategic, that helps us to work with your strategic consulting companies you work with on your digital transformation. So where we provide the right solutions and also provide the sales team to lead with our solution and to pull more of the Cisco products, and also upgrade whatever the customer may have. Since we provide large-scale solution in security, surveillance, in IoT visualization around smart factories, right? Smart retail, that's I think where we excel and help the Cisco sales team, where they help us, to acquire customers and create top line and hopefully also the bottom line.
Chris, we were talking before filming about the sort of nature of events like this. We're here at CiscoLive. It's an absolutely giant venue and really full of people who seem to be pretty interested in what's going on. From your own point of view, how has the relationship with Cisco helped in events like this?
Yeah, one thing I just like to say, I've been to all the Cisco Lives, and the European one is, I would say, my favorite. Cancun's pretty nice as well, but the European one tends to bring together quite a good mix of Cisco people as well as users of the technology, and also people that are looking for ways to glue different parts of their technology, whether it be IoT, security, or security in IoT, next-gen networking, all that. So, this is a really, really great venue, and, again, having this sort of, crucible of people in one spot for a few days, the amount of quality conversations you can have and help sort of direct, either a market strategy, a sales strategy, hearing the customers in sort of rapid succession, about their pain or what they want to sort of achieve out of this. These events are incredibly valuable because it brings together sort of people who are invested in Cisco or Cisco ancillary technologies, whether it be third parties or ones that Cisco is looking to acquire. I think these are really, really good events.
And is it an event like this, is it about meeting new customers, or is it about kind of benefiting from seeing existing customers, or is it a mix really? What do you both think?
We don't have a European customer yet first to begin with. Actually, I spent most of my life in Europe, so it's coming back home.
Yeah, that's good.
But on the other side, I think it gave us already access to some analysts, which again like our proposition. So we would have not been able to do it on our own. So Cisco and the portfolio team again helped us to get access to the analysts, which will lead us talking to customers, but also some additional of the Cisco European team who got interested would like to have our solutions deployed in this European markets, and that's where we see the value.
Yeah, if I can just add to that, once the news broke of the investment, again, we're within a month of the news breaking, we already had reach out from some Cisco account teams who said, I have a need for that at my customer. And again, before anything was really solidified or communicated out to the field, we have active sales engagements going and customer engagements going, and the collaboration is just growing every day. It's really like I said, it's been a very natural process, and credit to Cisco Investments for obviously doing their due diligence and partnering with us. And again, we. Like you'd mentioned, the money is a part of the investment, but really it's the engine that's provided by Cisco that's the value to us, and I think the value to the Cisco customers in the long run, because we've got a good footprint already in EMEA, very strong in North America. But there is a great deal of opportunity and a great deal of need for that next generation of security guidance that a company like Cisco can really forge for a whole continent like the EMEA region. So this has been really good. And to back to your original question. It is a combination: existing customers, new prospects, but also Cisco people, right? It's a good fabric stitching out all that together at events like this.
I really liked what you said about speed there. It's, as you said, a relatively sort of nascent kind of investment, and it's very easy, I think, for people externally sometimes to think large corporations move very slowly, and actually to hear that speed is really, really important.
Absolutely. I mean, we just had today the Cisco Berlin team coming from the public sector talking about Smart City Berlin, after they have seen what we have done, in India or in the US, with the US cities, they're like, well, this could help us actually to show them we have something.
Right. So
that's
immediately,
speed, right?
yeah,
So,
within the first day, there's already been some things that have happened that have.
if you wouldn't
been
have
great
come,
benefits.
they wouldn't have seen it. Maybe it wouldn't have helped Cisco as well to advance.
It's always nice to have that kind of mutual partnership, I guess. I want to finish up by asking you both for your top tips. And as I say, imagine someone looking in is at the sort of similar stage of businesses where you both were when taking that investment, and you're thinking about going over that sort of next step and getting Cisco involved. What would be your top tip or top tips for leveraging Cisco's resources?
So you mean for somebody else to take Cisco Investments?
Absolutely.
Well, first of all, again, I would say is Cisco's presence and the strategic alignment with Cisco is probably the greatest asset you can have, and the access to different markets, geographically as well as vertically, right? Which can save you a lot of time and more than you can probably would imagine at the beginning. But you need to work your way in, so it's not going to come to you, right? It's still a lot of work.
Well, I think that's a really, really good point there. You're absolutely right. It's not just the money, it's not just the support, but you've got to go and work hard and take that opportunity. Because what about yourself in terms of tips for anyone looking in?
So one thing I'll say, which might deviate from script, is if it's not a fit, just admit it and walk away early rather than go through the cycles.
And actually, I think a lot of people have been saying that, actually, that strategic fit and that alignment is the most important fundamental.
It is, because if you have a good technology and you have and there's a good TAM available to you, there will be the right investment to be made. For us with Cisco Security, it was an absolute natural fit. User entity behavior analytics plus the security platform that we provided really just plugs in nicely to the Cisco overall security architecture. And it's been a very, very, very complementary journey. The fact that our platform is very extensible and we can plug in the various Cisco feeds, rich data sources, makes it very flexible. So from that perspective, do your due diligence. Again, don't be afraid to walk away, I guess, from the opportunity. But if it's a good fit, absolutely, like you said, just work hard, go for it, and build a plan. I can't say enough about the support we've gotten, not just from the investment team, but from the business unit. It's been fantastic, and they've given us tremendous guidance because it's a big place, and you can get lost in the shuffle quite easily. So go in with a plan, understand how you need to execute and what timelines. It is a big machine, so it can take some time, but as long as you manage that stuff accordingly, unbelievable partner to work with, absolutely. It
feels like you're both getting benefits from that relationship, and that's really, really great to hear. And I can certainly see physically here in this space today, there's some of those things that are really, really delivering. Gentlemen, thanks very much indeed, Chris, and thanks so much indeed.
Thank you.
Cheers.